On tonight's Fayette Prep Rally, the region hoop race is heating up and we have a full slate of hardwood action. Two of the top big men in the county face off when Whitewater pays a visit to Fayette County. See which cat stood taller on this night. The Sandy Creek boys have struggled in recent weeks, but the Patriots would get back on track against Stockbridge. On the ladies' side, the reigning state champs look to defend their home court against visiting Whitewater, and AAA Sandy Creek continues their strong region play on the road at Stockbridge. You won't find this kind of high school hoops coverage anywhere but right here on Fayette Prep Rally in 30 seconds.
I'm failing. No big deal.
What about college?
Face it, I'm not getting into college.
Fighting doesn't work.
We can't let him keep failing.
Maybe he'll outgrow it.
It's not just a phase. You saw his report card.
Ignoring it doesn't work.
Ma, I said I'd do better. Saying it and doing it are two different things.
Punishment doesn't work. What does work is a Huntington Learning Center. By improving basic skills, we build motivation and confidence, and kids look forward to learning. Call 1-800-CAN-LEARN today. Your child can learn.
Comcast presents your source for Fayette County High School sports. This is Fayette Prep Rally.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Fayette Prep Rally, your weekly high school sports program featuring the very best Fayette County high school action. I'm Chase Watson, joined by Nathan Shutter, year-round on Comcast Channel 25. Catch us here weeknights at 6, 8, and 10. And Nathan, every basketball game is so important from here on out, especially in region play as we get to our keys to the weekend, with the Tigers sweeping the visiting Cats.
Yeah, Fayette County girls knock off Whitewater 71-30, and the boys also get the victory 84-42 to remain unbeaten in region play.
The Creek gets some big region wins.
Yeah, the Sandy Creek boys 53-47, and the girls 75-27. They sweep Stockbridge, big road victories in Region 4 AAA.
And the Lady Panthers get another big victory.
Unbelievable. After McIntosh upsets Fayette County, Stars Mill returns the favor 40-38. That makes things a lot more interesting in the sub-region. Danielle Garcia led the way with 13 points, and Alex Pitts hit the game winner there for the Lady Panthers.
Well, let's get to the highlights, and we begin in 4A with the defending state champion Fayette County Lady Tigers taking on the visiting Whitewater Wildcats in a region clash. Picked this one up early in the first quarter. Anessa Watson dialing one up from long distance to give the Lady Tigers a 3-0 advantage. Whitewater will hang tough. Sophia Kiangaluze with a long pass ahead to a wide-open Peyton Roth. She lays it in off the glass, but the Wildcats trailed 9-5 after one.
The Lady Tigers would step the game up in the second. Ayanna Duggar comes up with a steal, and she heads the other way, all the way for the layup. Fayette up 15-9.
And then some good ball movement from the home team. Jade Forrest drives, dishes to Shaquilla Nunn for the high percentage bucket to increase the Tiger lead to 10. And the Wildcats would remain in striking distance. Carrie Chambers with a nice pass down low to the cutting Kiangozi. She lays it in. Whitewater only down 5 at the break.
Second half, and Whitewater not going away. The three-point attempt is off the mark, but Jada Coggins is there for the hoop and the harm. Whitewater only down 23-21.
But from there, the Tigers would kick things into high gear. Anissa Watson with the first of back-to-back trays will put Fayette back up 31-21. And then the defensive pressure forces a Wildcat mistake. Jade Forrest takes it all the way to the rack for 2. Lady Tigers now lead by 15.
Fourth quarter and more great defense from Fayette County. Forrest knocks the ball loose from behind. Lana Kennedy scoops it up and lays it in to put them up 53-23.
The home team will keep on pouring it on. Keandra Jenkins picks their pocket to start the fast break. She'll drop it off to Dominique McGill for the icing on the cake as Fayette County pulls away in the second half to knock off Whitewater by a final of 71-30. And Nathan, this was a close game at the half. What changed in the second half?
Yeah, right there at the start of the third quarter, Whitewater was able to close it to a 2-point game, but from there, Fayette County really turned up the defensive play, kind of forced some sloppy play out of Whitewater. A couple of turnovers led to easy Fayette County baskets, and the shooters for Fayette County got hot in the second half, especially Anissa Watson knocking out a bunch of threes, built that big lead, kind of crushed the spirit of Whitewater. Definitely held tough there in that the beginning of the third quarter, just not enough to pull off the upset like McIntosh did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was close though. Well, it's time now to head back out to Fayette County High School for the nightcap as the same two schools boys faced off in the night's matchup. Philip Kofer would get things started in the first quarter with a turnaround jumper in the lane, and that would put Whitewater up 2-0. But Fayette County would answer with the big man of their own as C.J. Johnson finds Ekene and Achibe on the lob to give the Tigers a 6-2 lead.
It works once, tried again. This time Jeremy Taylor hooking up with Achibe for the easy score to put Fayette up 4 in the first quarter.
The big-time sophomore Kofer, he would do everything he could to try to keep Whitewater in this game, and he would drain the long jumper, but he would be hacked in the act and go to the line to try to finish the three.
No, well, Rosario says no sir to Kofer here and gets it over to Antoine Sterling, who takes it to the rack and somehow makes the circus shot to give Fayette a 32-22 halftime lead.
The second half would be all Fayette County, though, as Jeremy Taylor gets on down low to Anachibe, who puts it down hard early in the third.
The Tigers push the fast break. Kellen Sanford with the sweet spinning pass to the big fellow who does it what he does best.
Yeah, Whitewater wouldn't quit, though. They try to hang in this ball game. Maurice Rivers sends this Jeremy Taylor layup flying out of bounds with a big-time block. And Robbie Harlfinger on the next play, he would go hard to the lane off the deep pass, drawing all sorts of contact on the shot. And it wouldn't be enough, though, as the Tigers continue to feed Anachibe, who gets one more big slam, and Fayette County cruises to their 13th win, blowing out Whitewater 85-40. And that's another big win, Nathan, for Fayette County. How impressed have you been with them so far this season?
I've been blown away with their performance. I mean, unbelievable. They lost 9 seniors off last year's Final Four team, and not just random seniors. You're talking Adam Smith, LJ Irvs, big-time players, big-time contributors. You lose those guys, you're not supposed to be this good. They're off to a 13-1 start. They're only lost to out-of-state Kenton from Kentucky. They have blown out most of the teams they've played to. They've had a couple close games, but most of their wins have been by double digits, especially in region play. Hey, credit Andre Flynn and the coaching staff over there. They've built a great program. The names may change, but Fayette County is still one of the state's best basketball teams year in and year out.
Yeah, they got a really solid squad this season. Time now to turn our attention to 3A, and the Sandy Creek Lady Patriots are putting together another solid start to the region slate, and they look to continue the success on the road at Stockbridge. First quarter, Ariel Parker feeding it up court to Jasmine Jones for the nice easy layup to put Sandy Creek up 6-2 in the first quarter of action. Still in the first, it's Allie Warren. She gets the steal, takes it up court, and loses the handle momentarily here, but she'd get it right back, put in the bucket to make it 11-4 in favor of Sandy Creek.
In the second quarter, the Patriots use some good ball movement to get it over to Parker, and she drains the long jumper coming up to push the lead to 16-5 Lady Patriots.
Yeah, and Sandy Creek would never look back in this one. Courtney Street grabs the air ball. She pushes it up court, finding Monet Harris in the lane to put them up 20, 33-13. And just before the half, the defensive pressure, Ariel Parker gets in her face, causes the turnover, and Parker drives into the lane with a nifty little behind-the-back move right here and makes the score 37-13 at halftime.
In the third quarter, more of the same from the Sandy Creek Patriots as Parker is going to dish it to Jasmine Jones for 2 to make it a 26-point lead.
Yeah, and then Cindy Jones, she wants to show off her range a little bit. She drills the 3 ball from the corner off the pass from Harris, and it was a blowout. Devin Johnson finishes off a dominating victory with a nice layup, and the Patriots come away with a big road win, 75-27. You know, after getting off to a slow start this season, the Lady Patriots have really come on. They're playing some great basketball. What can we expect moving forward?
Well, they began the season 0-3, but against some very good competition. They have a new head coach. They're without Kayla Jones, who they expected to be a big-time senior contributor this year. She's not there. So you have to expect a little bit of time to kind of readjust, retool what your plan is as a basketball team. And they've done a great job, especially now that we're in region play. 6-1 overall. They're only lost to Drew. They get them at home this week, trying to get a little revenge and get ahead of them in the region standings. All around great effort. They've won all 6 of their region games by double digits, so they are dominating in region. They can get a hold of Drew this week, get a win. They're in good control.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a good second half of the season. Let's head back out to Stockbridge for the boys matchup. Sandy Creek trying to end a 3-game losing streak and even up their region record, taking on the Tigers. And we get it started in the first quarter really quick as Trevin Joseph knifes his way into the lane to grab the early 2-0 lead. But the Patriots would answer right back as Bobby Lee finds Jonathan Stumter, who takes it baseline with a nice move for the score.
Sumter then sends one all the way up the court to Brandon Birdsong, who can't get it to fall, but the big man Jonathan Thomas is there on the cleanup duty to make it 4-3 Sandy Creek.
And but the Tigers are fighting hard as Joseph grabs the board and hits a nice fadeaway jumper to put Stockbridge up 12-9. And Jonathan Thomas decides, you know what, I've had enough, and he sends the rejection back and follows the missed layup by Bobby Lee with a nasty putback jam to push the lead to 2.
Bobby Lee finding his stroke, coming up with a nice 12-foot jumper. Sandy Creek takes the lead back 13-12.
Stockbridge would not go away in this game. Joseph blocks the shot and plays a little two-man game with Leon Prunty, who finishes the fast break, pulling the Tigers to within 1. And then the third, Sandy Creek, they go on a run. Birdsong grabs his own board, puts it back to make it 26-22.
And then more from the big guy. It's Birdsong again, getting out in front on the fast break for the easy lay-in to give the Patriots a 6-point lead.
The Tigers would cut the deficit to 5 at the end of the third when Nathaniel Green drills the long three-pointer, and it's good, but that would be as close as they got. Sumter grabs the rebound on the nice putback to put Sandy Creek up 42-30, and they would go on to win 53-44. So the Patriots have had kind of an up and down year so far. Is this the team we're going to see going forward, or are we going to see some of the old Patriots?
I think that they have a chance of making the state playoffs. This win against Stockbridge was very important in the region standings. Both of them have very similar records at the moment, so this was a nice win to kind of get a leg up on them. I think Eagles Landing is the clear-cut favorite right now to win the region. They're a very good team. I'm not saying that anybody couldn't catch them, especially Henry County, but I think after Eagles Landing, you have about 4 or 5 teams that will be battling it out for those playoff spots. Sandy Creek definitely in the mix. They have Stockbridge at home the next time they play. They can get a win there. That'll be huge to kind of move them up the standings. I think this team has a great chance to make the state playoffs. They seem to be getting better as the season goes along.
Looking forward to a lot of battles in this region moving forward. All right, well, that'll do it for this week. Catch us back here on Comcast Channel 25 next week for more game highlights and features. And be sure to like Fayette Prep Rally on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to see what's happening on the show. For Nathan Shutter, I'm Chase Watson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you under the lights.
Grab some wood there, bub.
I'm failing. No big deal.
What about college?
Face it, I'm not getting into college.
Fighting doesn't work.
We can't let him keep failing.
Maybe he'll outgrow it.
It's not just a phase. You saw his report card.
Ignoring it doesn't work.
Ma, I said I'd do better. Saying it and doing it are 2 different things.
Punishment doesn't work. What does work is a Huntington Learning Center. By improving basic skills, we build motivation and confidence, and kids look forward to learning. Call 1-800-CAN-LEARN today. Your child can learn.